Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedanta Shivasvari Gaurvrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for taking out your valuable time and to come back again for the fourth session of our course Gita in nutshell. Today we'll discuss on the most confidential subject explained by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. In 9th chapter, 2nd verse, Krishna explains Rajavidyam, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Krishna is talking about knowledge in Bhagavad Gita, and in 9th chapter Krishna talks about the king of all knowledge, Rajavidya, and Rajaguhyam, which is most confidential knowledge. Pavitram Idam Uttamam, which is most pure, and Uttamam, it is transcendental, beyond three modes of material nature. Pratyaksham Avyam Dharmam, Susukham Kartam Avyayam. So we'll try to get brief glimpse of this most confidential knowledge, where Krishna reveals about science of supreme one time in one foreign country, group of people from India came together, and out of helping with cultural activities and get-togethers, they decided to build a temple. And coming together, they raised funds and built a beautiful temple. However, after the temple was built, there was a big question. Whose deity should be put in the temple? Everybody had a different opinion. Who should be in the temple? Then, since there were different stakeholders, they thought we can't displease anyone. We have to have everybody opinion, and we have to have every deity on the altar. Then they decided, okay, there will be all different deities in the altar, but who should be in center? Then they decided what to do. And as is the culture in most of the democratic countries, they said, let's have a vote. Based on that, whoever gets the maximum vote, we put that deity in the center. And let them have election. And somehow, in that election, Krishna won. And they put the deity of Krishna in the center. And they invited some ISKCON devotees for coming for doing kirtans and all these things. So when devotees came and saw, they were wondering, okay, there are so many deities, how they put Krishna in the center. And the people told them that is how the process they followed. A democratic process of voting. So this is not the way we select God. Even if majority people vote so and so as God, doesn't make him God or her God. But unfortunately, because of poor phenomenon, people don't know who is God, whom to worship as God, whom to accept as God, whom to worship as God. And therefore people come with different kinds of ideas about God. One time, one young boy, he had gone for his haircut in one salon. So, when he went, at least in India, when one goes to some barber are very expert in talking. They can talk on one subject matter. I don't know about here. So they really entertain and they really talk so many subjects. They can talk about sports, they can talk about film industry, they can talk about any subject matter. And when they saw that he seemed to be some spiritual minded person with some tilak and all this thing, then he started talking about God. And there was a big discussion about God. And anyway, this devotee was trying to explain how God exists and how one should worship God. But this barber was saying, no. And for everything he had some other opinion and argument. Finally, when about hair cutting was about to get over, this barber said, my dear sir, you are talking about God. But the fact that there are so much miseries in this world proves that there is no God. Because if God would be there, and He is all loving, all kind, all powerful, there should not be any miseries in the world. And people should be very happy. But I see that people are miserable, and there are so much miseries. This itself is good enough for me to believe that there is no God. Anyway, it was getting late, so this devotee, he paid the money to the barber and left. But when he went out, just few steps out, he saw there was one person. He had disheveled hairs, long beard, mustache, unkept hairs, looking really dirty, ugly. His clothes were tattered. So he looked at that person, then he went back and told barber, in barber shop that, my dear sir, today I will prove that there are no barbers in the city. He said, what are you saying? You are standing in barber shop just to haircut from me, and you are saying you are going to prove there are no barbers in the city? He said, yes, I will prove that no barbers in the city. You just come out. And the barber came out, and then this person showed, are you able to see that person? He is having such long hairs, such long moustache, beard, and so unkempt. The fact that such person exists in the city, that means there are no barbers. Had there been a barber, he would have nice clean haircut, nice clean kept beard and moustache and everything. The fact that such person exists, that proves to me that there are no barbers in the city. Many barbers are, what kind of logic are you using? No? There are barbers. Only problem is that that person is not coming to me. If he comes to me, I will give him nice clean haircut, wonderfully clean his moustache and beard and all this thing, and he will look first class and fine and fit gentleman. Immediately this person said, this is the actual reality. It's not that there is no God and there are people suffering and because there is no God. But the reality is that people are suffering because they are not going to God. If only they could go to God, they can find in their lives great amount of peace, satisfaction and happiness. So this is a real challenge in modern times. Though there is so much suffering, people don't turn to God so easily. Why? Especially because there is no proper, systematic, scientific teaching of science of God. If only people know the science of God systematically, scientifically, shastrically, then people will turn to God. And when people turn to God, then people won't suffer the way they are suffering in this world. So today, we briefly try to see within the next 1 hour this most confidential knowledge, the knowledge of Supreme God, the science of Supreme God. If you want to remember today's talk, you can remember one acronym, one word. What is that? Supreme. S-U-P-R-E-M-E. Supreme. As seeing God in creation, you understanding three pieces of God. Personal opposites of God, right and wrong conceptions of God, expansions of God, mantra meditation, and end result of knowing God. So we try to cover these few topics in upcoming 1 hour. Seeing God in creation. So Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, before we can see Him in person, we should learn to see Him in creation. So there are 3 types of eyes, vision. The first vision is called as Jnana Chakshu, eyes of knowledge, or Shastra Chakshu. Then there is Divya Chakshu, divine eyes. And then there are Prema Chakshu, eyes anointed with love for God. So Krishna recommends everybody to develop first eyes of wisdom, to see God in creation, and gradually develop divine vision, and then finally develop Prema Chakshu, vision anointed with love. And one can see God, Premanjana Chirita Bhakti Virochya. When we develop vision, Prema Chakshu, then we can see God face to face. Like you are able to see me, I am able to see you. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Matta paratram nanyam kinchitasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. He says that, O Arjun, there is no truth superior to me. I am supreme. Nobody is equal to me or greater than me. And everything is resting upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Like we see, we are able to see the necklace here. How many of you are able to see the thread underneath the necklace? So with our mundane eyes, with our cross eyes, we cannot see the thread underneath the necklace. But with the eyes of wisdom, with the eyes of knowledge, we can see there is thread. Because if thread is not there, the pearls can't stay together. Isn't it? So person who has wisdom, who has eyes, just by seeing this pearl necklace, he can understand there is underneath thread. So we can prove the unseen by sin. By seeing pearls nicely assembled together, we can prove that there has to be underneath some thread. So Krishna is giving this logic. First, you use your intelligence to understand the presence of God. So if you see this world from microscopic level to macroscopic level, we can see this world is very beautiful and harmoniously functioning. So we see this world, if there is beautiful artistry, like now we are seeing here, beautiful paintings are there. Below there is written name of the painter. There is nice art. Behind art there is artist. If there is beautiful organization, behind the organization is organizer who is organizing. Similarly, behind the creation there is a creator. Behind design there is a designer. Behind energy there is energetic. Behind the flawless laws there is lawmaker. Law implies lawmaker. So we see in this world first class artistry. We see this beautiful painting. Below immediately on the artist name is written. So this painting, they were not as a mistake. This painting won your art. This painting, so different painting. There is some artist, isn't it? What about the original person? Beautiful original person, beautiful garden, beautiful mountains, Doesn't it require any artist? Painting requires artist, painting a person by artist. But what of person? Who has made that person? Similarly we see, to make an artificial rose, we need even painting or a carved rose, we need a person. But who made the original rose with beautiful fragrance and all this beautiful forms, shapes, So if ordinary rose or lotus requires, artist. Original rose, original lotus doesn't require artist.
Bees are called social insects because they live and work together as a community. Thousands of female bees, called worker bees, live together in a hive with a queen bee. The queen bee was marked with a red dot, so we can see her better. The worker bees are all females, but they almost never lay eggs. Worker bees do almost all the chores in the hive. They gather pollen or nectar, guard the entrance, clean the hive, build the comb, make honey, tend the queen, and feed the larvae. They even fan the hive with their wings to keep it cool on a hot summer day.
So we can see there is great organization. And also if we analyze our single cell is very, very nicely organized. How there is a protective system, security system for a cell, how energy systems are there, how transport system is there, how so minute, it's very systematically organized. So if you see first class organization, we can't assume it is happening by chance. There has to be organizers behind it. Similarly, we can see the spider.
Mathematician spiders. Compared to their own sizes, spiders build very large webs. Indeed, if we enlarged a spider to the size of a human being, the length of the web it weaves would be approximately 150 meters, which corresponds to a 50-story skyscraper. Is it possible for a human being to weave a lace work the size of a 50-story skyscraper in only an hour? But a tiny spider accomplishes much more than that. Moreover, the spider-woven web is the sturdiest material in the world. How do spiders weave these webs possessing miraculous features? The spider takes into consideration many factors while weaving the web, hundreds of times larger than its own size. This task demands at least some calculations essential in constructing a building. For the accomplishment of this work, first the spider must draw a project like an architect, for construction of this size, design, and sturdiness cannot be accomplished without an architectural project. Once the project is drawn, the spider must calculate the lifting capacity of each part of the web like an engineer. Otherwise, the web cannot remain suspended. In order to design such a web and make such delicate calculations, the spider must be more qualified than a college graduate. Indeed, there is not a university that provides education to the offspring. Following their birth, they begin to produce silk, weave web.
So, you can see there is a great organization and great intelligence. Who is doing the intelligence? They are not going to any colleges, similarly learning, and so many other things. Creation requires creator. So we see many wonderful things created by man. For example, beautiful car. Somebody has manufactured it. Or trendy computer. Somebody has assembled it. Elegant watch. Somebody has designed it. Architecture marvel. Someone has erected it. Skyscraper buildings. Somebody has built it. Wonderful sculpture. Someone carved it. So, for everything we require designer. So shouldn't this universe also have a super intelligent creator? Design requires design. You see, we are very proud that we are coming with memory chips, smaller and smaller. And we can buy so much data in small chips. But if you analyze human brain, it is said the human brain can store more information than all the libraries in the world. We hardly use 1-2% of our human brain capacity. But human brain is such an amazing thing that all the libraries of the world can be according to this non-human brain. see in this world.
Around 1200 AD, a man named Leonard Pisano, better known as Fibonacci, discovered a sequence of numbers that created a very interesting pattern. The sequence begins with the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and continues indefinitely. Each number is obtained by adding the last two digits together. A rectangle with the length and width of any two of the numbers of this sequence forms what is known as the golden rectangle, a perfect rectangle. A golden rectangle can be broken down into squares the size of the next Fibonacci numbers down and below. If we were to take a perfect or golden rectangle, break it down into smaller squares based on Fibonacci's sequence, and divide each with an arc, the patterns begin to take shape. We begin to see Fibonacci's spiral. The spiral in and of itself is insignificant. Its importance is revealed in where we find it. Take, for example, the sunflower. The display of its florets are in perfect spirals of 55, 34, and 21, the sequence of Fibonacci. The fruitlets of the pineapple create the same spiral based on the sequence. The pine cone does the same. As currents move through the ocean and the tide rolls onto the shore, the waves that bring in the tide curve into a spiral that can be mathematically diagrammed onto a plot at the points 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. Buds on trees, sand dollars, starfish, petals on flowers, and especially the nautilus shell are formed with this exact same blueprint. With each segment of growth, the nautilus adds to itself one more value on Fibonacci's scale. This blueprint can be seen around us on a small scale every day, but the greatest example of all is directly above our heads. At an average of 100,000 light years across, even the spiral of the galaxies above us are formed with the exact design that the tiny shell is formed. This sequence or blueprint appears to be the trademark of a designer, a proof of a creator, something left behind indicating the one who was there, a fingerprint. As we scan our universe from the tiny flower to the awe-inspiring galaxy, we see the fingerprint of God.
So we see such amazing design at every level. So he's saying this is a fingerprint of God. Every designer has his own style. So we can see God's amazing design in this universe. So the energy means energetic. Energy also has a source. We see energy emitted by sun per second. It is said that amount of energy consumed by human race throughout entire history. The energy emitted by sun is greater than all the energy consumed by all human race. So we are thinking, oh, there will be lack of energy. But there's so much energy coming from sun. If a stone from your window hits your TV screen, you will ask, who supplied energy to that stone? Behind energy, there is always an energetic person. Shakti, behind Shakti there is Shaktiman. Behind the flawless laws, there is lawmaker. We can see this word. If you study chemistry, there is periodic table, Mendeleev's periodic table. We study. It is not periodic law, periodic, it is not chance. It is, very systematic arranged. We study physics. There are laws of physics, laws of nature. There are laws of optics. Everything functions very systematically, which can be mathematically modeled. There are laws of thermodynamics. So, law means lawmaker. So you can see the laws of karma also. because one who understands that Buddha, Bhava Samandita, he worshipped me with all love and devotion. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dekshana Prakriti, Suyate Charachara. This material nature is my nature. And it is working under my direction. So it is not just haphazardly going on. It's functioning under my addiction. I am the addiction. Under my direction, things are working. So Krishna says, Tam Avishya Bhutani, Dhariyami Am Ojasa. I enter in each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. We say gravitational pull, this pull, that pull. But how it is coming? Krishna says, it is coming because of me. Because I entered every planet and then set everything in motion and maintain that orbits and all these things. So, S means seeing God in creation. If we look with open mind, we look with and use our intelligence, we can see there has to be some intelligent person behind this creation. Yes. Second, you. Understanding the three features of God. So this Supreme Lord can be realized in three stages. First stage of God realization is God as Brahman realization. Next stage of realization is Paramatma realization. And final and ultimate stage of realization is called as Bhagwan realization. So it is explained. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwan iti shabdate. So, same Supreme Lord can be realized in these three stages. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan. Just like sun. First realization of sun is through sunshine. We see sunshine, light everywhere. We can get some understanding of sun just by seeing the sunshine. However, if one studies further, then one can go to some globe and one can know the sunshine is emanating from sun globe. So understanding sun globe is higher understanding than just understanding sunshine. And when one further studies sun globe, one can understand that there is a person called Surya. There is some God. It's not that, it is sun is just a globe. There is also a person who is in charge and who is in control of everything there. So there are three stages of realization of sun. First is sunshine, then sun globe, and then sun god, Surya Dev. We see Karna's father is sun god, Vali's father is sun god. He's a person. It's not just energy. In Vedic text we see elements are not just elements, there are also source for them. Like water, Ganga water is just water. But there is also goddess Ganga. And she is mother of Vishnu Dev. And there is a great elaborate history about it. It's not just water. Yes, first realization is the water. But if you go in detail, one can understand there is a person behind it. So similarly, first realization of God is called as Brahman realization, seeing God as energy or light. However, one studies further, one can realize God as Paramatma. Brahman is energy or light. And then when one studies further science of God, then one can realize God as Paramatma, super soul in heart of all living entities, who is witness and who is sanctioner of everything. And also one can see the same super soul is there in every atom and in space between atoms. So that is second realization. First is Brahman realization of God, realizing God as energy or light. Higher than that is realizing God as Paramatma in every atom, in space between atom, and in every living entity's heart. And then one further studies science of God, everyone can realize Bhagavan feature of Lord. Bhagavan is Supreme Lord as a person, loving person, with whom we can have loving relationships. The three aspects of Supreme Truth exist simultaneously and there is no conflict between them. However, the personal aspect, that is Bhagavan, is the highest realization of the absolute truth. So, P is essence, seeing God in creation. U, understand three features of God: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the personal feature of God. So God is not just energy, God is a person. God is not just Shakti, God is Shaktiman, possessor of that energy. Aishwarasya samagrasya veerasya yashasya shriya jnana vairagyashchaiva shannam bhagat itindana. So Parashar Muni, father of great sage Vyasadeva, the compiler of Vedas, he defines God as Bhagavan. Bhagavan means opulence, one means one who possesses the six opulences. Aishwarya, one who is full of opulence. Veerasya, Yashasya, Shriyasya, Jnana, Vairagya, so all the six opulences: strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. So God is a person who has all these qualities all the time, simultaneously and to fullest extent. In this world we can find some person who is beautiful, but his other beauty may not last forever, and he may not be all beautiful. Similarly, we may find a person who is powerful, having great strength, but he is not all powerful, and his power may not last all the time. He is today powerful, he may live today 200 kg weight, but tomorrow he may get Parkinson's. He will not be able to even live 10 kg. So whatever strength and opulence people have in this world, they are temporary and they are also incomplete. But God is possessing all this opulence all the time, simultaneously and to fullest extent. So in this world, some living beings may possess one or more of the opulence in some proportion, but God possesses all the opulence in full. So you see beauty of this world. But God is the most beautiful person. There is no comparison with God's beauty. So we see, if somebody is beautiful, we get attracted. And God is the most beautiful, most attractive person. Similarly, if somebody is rich, we get attracted to such person. But God is the richest person. Somebody may say, I am Lakpati, somebody may say I am Crorepati, somebody may say I am Kharapati, whatever name. But Krishna is Lakshmipati. Lakshmipati means he is possessor of all wealth. Can somebody say, I am owner of everything? I have all the wealth of this world? No ordinary person can say. But Krishna says, he is Lakshmi, he is possessor of all the wealth. Ishvara said, Ishavasam idam sarvam. Everything belongs to God. Whatever we are having actually is not our property. We are just a caretaker. God is the original proprietor of all the wealth. Similarly, God is the strongest. Somebody may lift 50 pounds, somebody may lift 100 pounds, whatever. Krishna can lift entire mountain, Gordon. What is the Gordon mountain? He can lift universes. He can make universes float. So, he is strongest. No comparison with him. When Krishna was just a baby, he killed 12-mile long Putna devinas who came to kill Krishna. And very effortlessly. We don't find Krishna going to the gym and building his muscles or something. God never becomes God. God is always God, eternally. Sometimes people say, oh, let's go to yoga, meditation, pranayam, we will become God. No. Nobody can become God. And God never becomes God. God is God eternally. So, similarly, God is the most knowledgeable person. some knowledge. Somebody may be expert in chemistry, somebody may be expert in medicine, somebody may be expert in English, mathematics, somebody may be expert in different fields. But God is expert in all the fields. He is source of all knowledge. And He also knows past, present, and future. He just spoke 1 hour Bhagavad Gita, and it is the most revered book of knowledge since time immemorial. And there are no editions. It's not that God speaks and then we have to edit little bit, God speaks absolute truth. And whatever He speaks is flawless. His knowledge is flawless. Similarly, God is the most famous person. We may have so many famous people in this world. But every year this list keep on changing. But number one famous person is God. So then there is no competitor. This material world is a prison house. In prison house, those people know Him. But majority of people are in the spiritual world, our home. And majority population in the spiritual world. Everybody loves God and serves Him. Sometimes somebody in prison house may not know who is the president of country or prime minister of country, but those are the citizens, they know. In jail sometimes people may be so this material world is a prison house. Sometimes some people may be aware of God's greatness. But majority of people who are out of jail, they very much know about God and they very much love Him, and He is the most famous person. You see, some people may be very renounced, they are detached. But God is the most renounced person. We see Krishna is Supreme Lord, but on battlefield of Kurukshetra, He is becoming chariot driver of His devotee, Acharya. We see where there is Rashtriya, all the kings of the world are coming, and Krishna is, what was his job? Krishna was washing the feet of all the kings. He's very humble and detached. He has no big ego that I am such a, and he is happy to serve. Here is Sudama, his friend, classmate from his Gurukul. He came to meet him at Dwarka. And Krishna just made him sit and is washing his feet. He is a poor man, but he is conquered by love of his devotees and he is happy to humbly serve. He is not attached to his big post and position power. He is very humble. He is very nice. Anybody has such qualities become very attractive. So God is most attractive. Why? Because there's all these qualities all the time simultaneously. So God can give many names. But Shastra says if you want to give one name to God, then that name is Krishna. Krishna means Sarva Akarshiti Iti Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. If you want to give one name to God, because God has all the qualities, so everybody is attracted to Him. So therefore, one of the names of God is all attractive. And in Sanskrit, that is called as Krishna. It's not that there are many gods, there is one God. But same word can have many names depending on its qualities and activities. So, can you imagine God who is not all attractive? Can God be not all attractive? If it is not all attractive, what kind of God is that? And if God is all attractive, the name of God is, it just in Sanskrit is called Krishna. So it's not a Hindu God or a Muslim God or Christian God or So Krishna is not just some human being's God. He's God of all entities, all people, for all time to come, eternally. Krishna explains, Yadya vibhuti matsatvam, Srimad Urjita eva, Tattat eva gachatvam, Mama teji amsatambhava. Whatever we see in this world, whatever opulent, beautiful, and glorious, Krishna says this is springing from me only, it's coming from me. It's coming from spark of my splendor. It's just little splendor, little spark of my splendor. So, S means
God.
seeing God in creation. You, understanding three features of God: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. P, personal appearance of God. God has these 6 appearances. He is most beautiful, He is most powerful, He is most knowledgeable, He is most famous, He is richest person, and He is most renounced. So now R means right and wrong conceptions of God. Krishna is in Bhagavad Avajananti mam murdha manashim tanmashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhutam maheshwaram. He explained that unfortunately fools deride me when I descend in human form. They do not know my transcendental and my supreme dominion over all that be. So when Krishna comes in this world, foolish people think, oh, he is just an ordinary person. There are foolish people like Duryodhana. Even he saw universal form of Krishna, he couldn't understand his God. And he was thinking, I should kidnap him, capture him. So sometimes fools derive God, they cannot understand God. So there are many people have wrong conceptions of God. And sometimes people imitate God also. So some of the wrong ideas about God are, God is just light, being light. Okay, yes, God, this effulgence, the light emanating, that is, Krishna says, Brahmanovi Pratishnam. That is effulgence of my body. Light which is coming is not God, it is effulgence of God. God is a person. Somebody may say, oh, God is just energy. Yes, energy is there. God is not just energy. There is Shakti, there is Shiva. God is source of all energy. Sometimes somebody will say, God is just wild, nothing. No. God is everything. Everything is there within God. Not that, He is just wild and nothing. Sometimes people will say, oh, everyone is God. No, everyone is not God. Everyone is part of God. And there is God in everyone's heart. Sometimes people will say, oh, there are so many gods. And sometimes they say, oh, in Hinduism you see there are so many gods, crores of gods. No, there are not crores of gods. There are devatas, demigods. There is one God. Ishwar may be many. Parameshwar is one. Brahma explains in Brahma Sutta. Ishwara, Parama, Krishna, Sachidananda Vigra, Anadir, Adir, Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So, in Shastra there are 5 tattvas explained. First tattva is Vishnu tattva. Krishna, he expanded himself into Balaram. Balaram expands in the form of Sankarsana, Dilbhatil Vasudeva. Sankarsana expands in the form of Narayana. Narayana expands into another form, Sankarsana, Dilbhatil Vasudeva. Then Sankarsana expands into Karadaksha Vishnu, which expands into Garbhadaksha Vishnu, who expands into Shiradaksha Vishnu. And from there comes many incarnations. Leela Udarsh, and Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Vaman, Narsingha, all these so many avatars. So these are called as integrated part and parcel of Lord. God is great and He has many expansions. So Vishnu Tattva are integrated part and parcel of God. They are all powerful. They are potent. They are called as God, Supreme Personality, like Varahadev, Narasimhadev, Ram. All these are God. God with capital G. This is one God, but one God expands Himself. This is called as they are integrated part and parcel of God. Same God expands Himself. So all these expansions are called as Vishnu Tattva. So Vishnu Tattva is God with capital G. Then there is Shakti Tattva. Shakti Tattva means energy of God. God is always accompanied with His energy. Like you see Krishna, always with Krishna there will be Srimati Radharani. Radharani is energy of God. Then Krishna expands Himself in form of Ram. Radharani expands herself in form of Sita, Ram. Similarly, when Lord expands Himself in form of Narayan, then Radharani expands herself in form of Lakshmi Narayan. So Lord is energetic and is always accompanied by energy. So Shakti Tattva. So this is all these energies, Radharani, Sita, Lakshmi, all these things are they come in the category of Shakti Tattva. Then there is Shambhu Tattva. God eternally resides in the spiritual world. God is all spiritual, Satchidananda. But when Lord has to create material energy, when Lord comes in touch with matter, He transforms Himself in form of Shambhu. So Shambhu Tattva. And then Shambhu further expands in various types of Rudras and all these things. Then fourth Tattva is Jiva Tattva. In order to perform many wonderful passages, Lord expands Himself in form of Jivas. They are called as separated part and parcel of God. So Vishnu Tattva are integrated part and parcel of God. They are all powerful, omnipotent, omniscient, like that. But Jiva Tattva, they are not all powerful. They are tiny. God is infinite. Jiva is infinitesimal. So all Jivas, but they are qualitatively one with God. Like God is Sat Chit Anand, eternal, full of knowledge, full of happiness. Jiva also is Sat Chit Anand, eternal, full of knowledge, full of happiness. However, it is just like an ocean and drop of ocean. Drop of ocean has same quality like ocean, but only drop of ocean is tiny. Ocean is huge. So we are all Jiva Tattvas, living entities. There are two types of living entities. Mukta Jiv, that means liberated souls which are living in spiritual world. There is no birth, no old age, no death, no disease. And the living entities who come under ignorance, they come in this material world. They are called Baddha Jiv. And those who are trapped in this material energy, and they undergo the cycle of samsara, birth, old age, death, disease. So we are all Jivas. Now we are in the material world, Baddha Jiv. But we can get enlightened and become Mukta Jiv and go to the spiritual world and become free from all misery and suffering. So we are all Jivas. We cannot become Vishnu. We can't become God. We are Jiva Surupoi, Krishna Nityadas. We are all part and parcel of God, eternal servant of God. Vishnu or God is boss. We are Das. But relationship is loving relationship. It's not dictator type relationship. So if Jiva wants to become God, can he become God? No. He cannot become God. He can become godly. He can develop qualities like God. God is very humble, tolerant, loving, affectionate, compassionate, honest. All wonderful qualities God has. So we can also develop those wonderful qualities. We can become godly. We cannot become God. Can we become Shakti? Can we become Radharani, Sita, or Lakshmi? No. Jiva can never become Shakti. Can Jiva become Shambhu? Shiva? No. Jiva cannot become Shiva. So Jiva is always Jiva. And then there is another special category called Guru Tattva. These are special empowered living entities who come from spiritual world to material world to enlighten people and deliver the conditioned souls and take them back to the kingdom of God. Like we see special personalities, all Acharya, Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, Madhvacharya, Ramacharya. All these are great teachers coming in line. They are from spiritual world. They come especially to give spiritual knowledge, teach science of God, and take people back to the kingdom of God. Like Jesus, Muhammad, they are all the messengers of God. They come and category Guru Tattva, teachers who come teach the science of God and then take living entities back to the kingdom of God. Brahmanami Pradeshtaham. So Krishna explains this line is actually is resting on me. It's not separate from me. And I'm basically impersonal Brahman. It's immortal, imperishable, eternal, and it's constituted of being. So expansions of God. So Vishnu Tattva. There are many expansions of God. So when we say Krishna is God, Krishna has many expansions. It's not just one Krishna, but he has many expansions. Especially for the material creation, Krishna expands in form of three Vishnus. this Vishnu is called as Mahavishnu. So Krishna expands in Balaram, Balaram expands into form Sankrishna Vipradhi Vasudeva, Sankrishna expands in form Narayana, Narayana expands in quadruple form Sankrishna Vipradhi Vasudeva, and this Sankrishna expands in form of Mahavishnu for sake of creation. Mahavishnu is also called as Karandaksha Vishnu. Karan, causal. So from him comes causal ocean. He lies in causal ocean. And from his pores of his body, universes come. Like from pores of our body, hairs are coming. Like that, from pores of his body, universes come. So, and later on, Mahavishnu further expands in form of. So when from pores of his body, universes come, then Lord further expands himself into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. In every universe he enters as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. All universes come, then he expands in form Garbhodakshaya and enters all the universes. And further, in universes when there is creation and the new entities are sent, and then same Garbhodakshaya Vishnu further expands in form Shivadakshaya Vishnu as super soul. So this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Shivadakshaya Vishnu. Shivadakshaya Vishnu is super soul in every body. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is super soul for every universe. And Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is super soul for entire material existence. So in this way, this material manifestation is very minutely organized and managed and controlled. And after that, in this material world, Lord may come in form of various incarnations. Like, how many waves are there in ocean? Can anybody count? Unlimited. Similarly, number of incarnations are unlimited. It is difficult to count. But 10 are very important, very famous. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vaman, Parshuram, Ram, Balaram, Buddha, Kalki. These are prominent, but in reality they are unlimited incarnation pattern. Yada yada hi dharmasya glaner bhavati bharata abhyutam adharmasya tadatnam shujamyam. Whenever there is decline in dharma, decline in religion, irreligion increases, then Lord comes as different incarnation. Parikrānāya sadhunam vināṣāya ca dushram dharma samsthapanārthāya sambhavāmi. Lord appears for vināṣāya ca dushram, to kill the discordants, evil people, to protect devotees, pious people, and to establish dharma. So time and again, Lord appears. So he had just appeared 5,000 years ago as Krishna. So these are various incarnations. You can know about it. So these activities of Lord are nobody can imitate. So many incarnations. M means no karma. If you want to know God, understand God, realize God, especially in this age of Kali, the present age, one of the best ways and easy ways is to realize God in form of sound vibration. Lord appears in sound vibration, in spiritual sound vibration, so that we can easily access Him. So first way to realize God is to see God in creation. And then another incarnation of God is sound incarnation, especially this mantra. So one can meditate on sound vibration and realize God. They say, Kritiyarthaya to Vishnu Tretayam Vijato Mathai Vapare Paricharyayam Karo Tat Hari Kirtana. What a result was obtained in Satyuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta by performing sacrifice, and in Dwapara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So, in Kali Yuga we may not be able to do meditation like people did in Satyuga, or we may not be able to perform all sacrifice like people did in Treta Yuga, or we may not be able to worship deities the way people worship in Dwapara Yuga. But all that benefit one can get simply by chanting the holy names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, in Vedic scriptures, there is one special scripture called Kali Santam Upanishad, the Upanishad for this age. So in that Upanishad they said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Iti Shodasaka Namnam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Mata Parutropaya, Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. So, the sound vibrations are very powerful. Meditating on sound vibration can uplift person. They are like spiritual medicine for diseased person. When you go in market, when you are sick, you go to market to buy medicine. But which medicine we get? Whichever is prescribed by doctor. In medical shop there may be lakhs of medicines. But we take medicine which is prescribed by doctor. Similarly in Vedic text, there are millions of mantras are there. Which mantra to chant? So in Kali Sutra Upanishad they said, one should chant this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodasaka Nama, this is 16 syllable mantra. Kali Kalmashanashanam. In this age of Kali, whatever inauspiciousness is there, everything can be washed up. All the impurities can be washed up. Nata Paratrupaya, Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. Brahma tells normally, after studying all the Vedas, I don't find any better option. This is the best option, especially for people of Kali Yuga, to quickly get purified, to realize self, to realize God, and to go back to kingdom of God. So, I don't find any other method other than the chanting of the holy names of God. Similarly, we see in scriptures it is said, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Kalo, Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatinanda. In this age of Kali, there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way, other than chanting the holy names of God, chanting the holy names of God, chanting the holy names of God. 3 times in this place, just to emphasize the importance of it. We may think, oh, I will realize God by meditation. Scripture says, no, it is not possible in this age because mind is very disturbed, flicker. One is, no, I will realize God by, doing sacrifices. It's a no. It's impossible to realize God by sacrifices because we don't have ingredients which are pure enough. And we can't accumulate all the ingredients for sacrifice required. Oh, we'll realize God by performing daily worship. It's a no. Because performing it requires so much purity and so much qualifications which we don't have. So, other ways of God realization very difficult in this age because of our disqualifications. In Kali Yuga, Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagyahi Upadaya. People are lazy, less intelligent. Upadita, always disturbed. So, to realize God in this condition is very difficult by any other process. So therefore they said, in this age of Kali, easiest and most effective way to realize God is by chanting the holy names of God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is easiest, but it is also the most effective and topmost way to realize God. Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Whatever benefit we can get by personal association of God, we can get all that benefit just by chanting the holy names of God. Because abhinnato nama namini. Because there is no difference between God and His sound vibration. Because in this age, God appears in sound vibration. So, if you want to develop personal connection with God, you have to develop connection with this sound vibration because He is incarnating Himself in sound. And when we chant this holy names of God, now, when we realize the spiritual potency of this name, now, then Rupa. From this name, chanting and meditating on the sound vibration, beautiful form of the Lord is revealed. Nam Rupa. And then Guna. After that, wonderful qualities of God are revealed. And then Leela. Wonderful activities of God. Entire spiritual world is revealed by the chanting of the holy names of God. And then one can have direct personal relationship with God. Loving relationship with God. Okay. And last the benefit of knowing God, studying God, spending so much time understanding God? Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. Janma dharma cha me divyam yoyam vetti tatutaha tyaktva deham pura janma naiti mamiti so arjuna. Janma dharma cha me divyam. One who understands my transcendental, divine janma and karma, appearance and activities. One who understands tatvata, in truth, in principle, in reality. Tyaktva deham. When he gives up his body, punarjanma naiti, he will not have to take birth again. Mam eti swarjana. He will come to me to the kingdom of God. Oh Arjuna. So this is the benefit of understanding science of God. And actually, science of God is considered Vedechi Sarva Ahamya Vidyam. Purpose of all knowledge. You may learn physics, chemistry, mathematics, different fields of knowledge. But ultimately one has come to understand science of God. Purpose of all knowledge is ultimately Vedechi Sarva Ahamya Vidyam. Purpose of all knowledge ultimately is to understand God. And when we understand God, then we can be free from the cycle of birth and death. We can be free from all suffering, and we become qualified to go to the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Anybody has any comment, any question, any discussion? Yes.
So you talked about all the tattvas.
Yes.
So if in this Kali Yuga you are devoted to the Shakti tattva or the Shambhu tattva, is the end result still the same?
No. Okay. There are different results for serving different things. Okay. So, but if you serve Shakti, Shakti will take you to Shakti man gradually. If you serve Shambhu, without the immaterial motive, Shambhu will directly to Vishnu. Therefore, we see so many great persons who have been servants of Shambhu. They later on become servants of Vishnu. Because in the beginning one may think Shambhu to be supreme and serve. But when realize Shambhu, we see Srimad Bhagavatam, great Pachatas, they wanted to realize God, they went to the forest. And then Shambhu personally came to them. And then they asked about science of God. Then Shambhu said, oh, if you want to know about God, then he explained. There is called Rudra Gita, song by Lord Shiva, which explains about science of Supreme. And now explains of Vishnu and Krishna is Supreme. And Shambhu is Vaishnava Yatha Shambhu. Among all the devotees, Shambhu is considered topmost devotee of God. Vaishnava Yatha Shambhu. Great devotee. So he will direct us to Shambhu, Vishnu.
So you were telling in this Bhagavad Gita, God is essentially giving a shortcut. Come to
Yes.
you directly.
Sarvadharman parityeja mam ekam sharanam jaya. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshesha masya. He says, don't worry about so many dharmas and so many complicated things. You just surrender to me. You just come to me and take my holy names. I will free you from all sinful reactions. Master, do not fear. I will take care of you. Yes.
Continuing with the tattvas, is Krishna an avatar of Vishnu, like how you mentioned Ram and Narasimha and the others, or is he the same as Vishnu?
So we say all Jiva-tattvas, they have 50 qualities. Brahma among the Jiva-tattvas is supreme. He has to fullest extent 50 qualities. We can get part of those, partial. No? Then Shiva has 55 qualities. Then Vishnu has 60 qualities. And Krishna has 64 qualities. There are 4 qualities very special and unique, which no incarnation has. So our sages have analyzed all avatars and all these things. And especially Brahma, who is the first created being in this material world. He analyzes it and he explains there are many Ishwaras. But Param Ishwara is one. Ishwara, Param, Krishna. Sachidananda, Vigraha, He is eternal, full of knowledge, full of happiness, and he has a beautiful form. Anadi, there is no cause to him. He is Adi. All other incarnations are having cause. But Krishna has no cause. And he is cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karana. He is cause of all causes. So this is what Brahmaji explains. This is what Shivaji explains. This is what Narada Muni explains. This is what Vyasadeva explains. Narada, Asita, Devala. All these great saint people, they say same thing. So, Krishna is not incarnation. Krishna is not avatar. Krishna is avatari, the source of all avatars. And we see, therefore all avatars get attracted to Krishna. Even Vishnus get attracted to Krishna. And they want to serve Krishna. So, Ekala Ishvara Krishna are Sabhabhratya. We see Balaram, he is also Vishnu, but he is always in the mood of serving Krishna. Similarly, Sankrishna, Arjuna, Pratyum, Vasu, they are also Vishnu, all powerful. But they have service attitude towards Krishna. This Kamdarsha Vishnu, Garbhadarsha Vishnu, Shiradarsha Vishnu, they are all powerful. But they also have service attitude towards Krishna. We see when Krishna appeared, even Mahavishnu, that big Kamdarsha Vishnu, from whose pores of the universe, from pores of body, universe come. He also wanted to have darshan of Krishna, and he performed special efforts to somehow get special darshan of Krishna. So, Krishna is not avatar, he is avatari, source of all avatars.
So the God Krishna here in Mahabharata is that Krishna.
Yes.
He himself came.
He himself came. So this Krishna who came 5,000 years ago is not ordinary person. Actually, in one day of Brahma, there are 1,000 yuga cycles. One yuga cycle is Treta, Dwapar, Kali, Treta, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Twice of that is Dwapar Yuga. Thrice of Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga. And 4 times of Kali Yuga is Satya Yuga. That means 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 10. 10 into 4,32,000 years. That means 43,20,000 years is one yuga cycle. Like that, there are 1,000 yuga cycles. One day of Brahma is 1,000 yuga cycles, means 43,20,000 into 1,000. So that is one day of Brahma, and equal is one night of Brahma. So in one night and one day of Brahma, once Krishna comes. He doesn't come in every Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. All other ages, generally, incarnations of Krishna come. So, once in a day of Brahma, original Krishna comes. All other Dwapar Yugas, incarnation of Vishnu, Krishna comes. But original Nanda Krishna, original two-handed form Krishna, he comes only once in a day of Brahma. That means once in 43,20,000 into 1,000 into 2.
Times 2.
Into 2. So only once comes. So this appearance of Krishna is considered extremely rare and very special.
At least in our lifetime.
And he just came 5,000 years ago. Just the same. And he reveals the topmost planet in the spiritual world. All other Vishnus, when they come, they only reveal Vaikuntha Loka. Vaikuntha Loka, which is where there is worship of God with awe and reverence. But Krishna reveals the topmost planet where one can worship God and one can have a relation with God very intimately, like a friend. One can become mother or father of God also. Not just, one can become lover of God. All intimate relationships, Krishna explained how one can develop.
Where is that? What is that called? What is that called?
That is how, what is that called? We can develop loving relationship with God. So, tomorrow, maybe we'll discuss more about it. But briefly, like we see, all living beings have personal relationship with God. So we see all of us want to love and serve someone. We can't live without love and service, because that is dharma of every living being. Like dharma of sugar is to be sweet. You can't separate sweetness from sugar. Dharma of salt is to be salty. You can't separate saltiness from salt. Similarly, dharma of all living beings is to love and serve God. And you can't separate that from living being. And if people don't know about God, then they will serve somebody or someone. Because that is dharma of every living being, to love and serve God. If they don't know about God, if they don't know God, then they will serve country, they will serve society, they will serve whatever, they will serve living, whatever. But any other service doesn't completely satisfy the heart of a person. Unless one comes to the point of loving and serving God, he can't find fulfillment. So we see a small child. If you give anything to his hand, he will immediately try to put it in mouth. And anybody tries to take it, he will not give, he will cry. Or she will cry. Isn't it? You have seen the child? You give him apple, he will put it in mouth. Anybody tries to take apple, will he give?
No.
He will cry. But if mother comes, child will immediately give that apple. Because child experiences love from mother, so he wants to reciprocate that love and gives. He little grows in knowledge and awareness, then he so she's my mother, he's my father. He may come and share with father also. When he grows in little further knowledge and awareness, then he will understand, oh, she is my sister, he is my brother. Let me share it with them also. He further grows in knowledge and awareness. He understands, oh, these are my community people. Then he wants to serve and share with community people. So his desire to love and serve keeps on expanding more and more. As his knowledge increases, awareness increases, consciousness increases. Later on he may think, oh, I am a part of this state, I should serve this state. Later on he goes further, he thinks, why only state? I should serve country. But when one starts serving one country, one may inadvertently, knowingly hate another country. So there are dualities in this love, in this material world. You love someone, you end up hating someone. You love family, you hate the neighbor. You love your country, you may hate another country. So one thing is that I should love all human beings. So desire to love and serve keeps on expanding. And when you come to point of loving human beings, I'm loving human beings. When I'm eating chicken, I should love chicken also. Why should I kill them? They are also living beings. So desire to love and serve keeps on always expanding as one's knowledge and awareness constantly expands. So where does it find complete perfection? So limited is desire to love and serve is unlimited. No matter how much you love and serve, it doesn't get fulfilled. It keeps on expanding. So it is explained that when one comes to the point of loving and serving God, then he finds complete fulfillment. Because God is unlimited. And God is with everyone and everything. And God can reciprocate unlimited love. And when one experiences that unlimited love, one finds complete satisfaction. Till one comes to the point of loving and serving God, one always finds incompleteness in heart. And if you want to love God, first you need to know God. If you don't know God, who is He, what are His qualities, what is His name, what are His activities, what He likes, what He doesn't like, where does He stay, it's difficult to love. So we need to understand the science of God, and then one need to cultivate love for God. And when we cultivate love for God, then one can find complete happiness and satisfaction within. And then one can then love and serve, and all will increase without any expectation. If you don't have love for God, then when you try to serve anybody, there's always expectation. And if those expectations are not fulfilled, one becomes upset, angry, frustrated. Therefore we see relationship in this world become bitter because the expectation doesn't get fulfilled. But when one has love for God, one finds complete satisfaction. And then one can serve everyone without any expectation. So then those relationships becomes better and better because they are selfless. They are not motivated. is called Sanatana Dharma, eternal deity or dharma of every humanity. Eternal dharma of all humanity is to love and serve God. And love and serve all humanity is in relationship with God. If you try to love and serve other people, forgetting God, disconnected from God, that relationship will not last, that won't satisfy, or that relationship will either break before death, or death will break that relationship, and it will cause a lot of heartbreak. But when there is love for God, and then love and serve all in relation with God, that relationship becomes a source of great joy and happiness. Okay. So we can serve and love and serve God in various capacities. In the beginning, one can just love God and serve God as a great person. Later on, one can develop personal relationship and one can serve God as a master and others as a servant. Later on, if one can develop further intimate relationship and we can love and serve God as a friend. Like Arjuna and Krishna are friends. We see Krishna and many friends in Vrindavan. Sridhama, Sudama, Madhumanga. They have wrestling with Krishna, they have a fight with Krishna, they enjoy. Sometimes Sridhama defeats Krishna also, Krishna gets defeated by the love of his friends. In their equal friends, so that is a very joyful thing. And then, if one wants, one can love God as son. Mother Yashoda loves God. Mother Yashoda doesn't think Krishna is God. He thinks he is my son. Yeah, Nanda Maharaj says, hey Krishna, get my shoes. And Krishna gets his shoe. Nanda Maharaj doesn't think he is God. He thinks he is my son. So loving God as a son and loving God as the beloved. So there are very intimate relationship one can have with God, which really satisfies, which is the goal of life. To develop love for God and love for all humanities. Yes, anybody has anything else? 1 and 2. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna Prabhu.
Can you expand on the
Jai Shri Shri Radha